Basement Bookers Podcast.
And welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast. My name is Basement Jared. This is Rich Riz. This is a wrestling podcast with two friends. We talk about wrestling, but I can't keep talking them right now. You're gonna have to explain your negative universe that you happen to be existing in right now. I feel like somebody hit the negative filter on your house there, buddy.
Yeah, so as you can see, I'm still reporting live from the island of relevancy, and the turmoil, the tumult that's going on with our tribal chief and the bloodline, the civil war, which, by the way, really now should be called the revolution of the Usos, or the Uso revolution. It's affecting things. It's like it's bending reality. It's changing the weather. It's all stormy and then sunny. And as you see, the sky is that a gray? I don't even know what it is. I try not to look at it. It's like scary. It bothers me.
I have a lot of emotions going through me right now. I feel very sad. I feel very there's a lot of the stench of rebellion is stinking up the air. The chaos of the island. This is all too much for me right now. I can't handle this kind of stress. But we're here for you guys. We know you're all stressed out. You know, you're all concerned about what's going on, about what we just witnessed, and about how SummerSlam, the trial will continue because it will be trial by combat. It will be main event Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship. Jimmy is in the hospital. Solo is just chaired up. He's all chaired up.
Yeah.
The tribal chief left Solo high and dry, so that's like one little thing to put in the cap for the eventual exhibits for that next phase of the trial, what have you.
Mhm.
I think we started off with the trial, and I couldn't believe my eyes when, Roman was like, it's all those, they're showing them what happened, what Roman was doing. And he's like, he did what he had to do. He's been main evented before all of this, and he was just trying to, he's giving, he's, doing it for the family.
Mhm.
And then he's like, you want to do this? You could do this. And then he's giving, Jay the lay, and and then he takes the belt off. He gets down on both knees, and I'm like, so the low blow, when is that coming? Right?
Yeah.
It was not to be.
The tears. Did you see the tears?
I always wonder what they think about when they do stuff like that. Like, do they think about? I think Roman thinks about like how he legitimately like did this for his family. Like, no one gave a shit about Jey Uso like like this. You
Which one is
know,
he again?
he's the one in the crop top
Right. No, but like,
usually.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, I got it.
Mhm. Of course, like before the bloodline storyline, we get like, yeah, we see the difference, but for me at least, I shouldn't speak for everyone. For me, it didn't matter which was which. They're the Usos. They're
Yeah,
always together. They're always going to be together. They're never breaking up. So just the Usos. Uso 1, Uso 2, which is which, I don't even know between that. Crop top and not crop top.
and Jimmy hats more.
Yeah.
Jimmy wears more hats than
Hmm.
Jay. I noticed.
Jay has the fade.
I feel like Jay's the better actor. I feel like he's like better expressions and stuff like that.
Yeah, he has a lot of range. I think he has more range than Jimmy.
I think Jimmy is like he's tougher. I feel
Hmm.
like Jimmy's like a tougher guy. He's got a lot more going on there. I feel like he's more the heavier of the two, and physicalness. Like he's closer to Rikishi than Jay is in that regard, right? Whereas
A little bit.
Solo is like right there.
Yeah.
Okay, enough this physical descriptors here. Rich.
We know the difference between Jimmy and Jay at this point. Thanks to our tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
And I will always be thankful to the tribal chief for that. Always thankful for to the entire bloodline who, regardless of the outcome of the civil war that is now a rebellion, a full blown rebellion, I believe, which you said it should have always been. It was like, yeah, kind of right. So
Because it's hard to name it before you get the result. It's a civil war if those rebelling fail. It's a
yes,
revolution or a rebellion if those that are rebelling are the victors, which they were.
yes, because you see this, they all worked together. Richter is, and that one goal was to keep the basement championship at home where it belongs. I once again, by the way, I asked my wife, I said to her, I said, can you guess how long the main event was? And she was off by like 10 seconds or something like that. I was like, oh my God. Like she got it closer than I did. So, but I would be remiss to not let us go straight into Money in the Bank then. Let's talk about what led us over here. You through the magic of time travel and editing, we bring you this next segment where we talk about the Money in the Bank pay-per-view together. And here we are, and Rich is here. He's going to take us through what happened here, how he felt, his feelings, and all that stuff.
So going into this tag match, I was certain that our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sikoa were going to win. What happened was, as we know, was not that. For the first time in over 3 years, the tribal chief was pinned because of a low blow kick out. Jey Uso used Roman Reigns' own move against him.
It is the best way to kick out of a pin for like a heel to do.
It really
It's a
is.
really good move.
It really is. Especially the ref is typically not in position to see that. Because for them to be in position to see that, they'd have to be on. They basically wouldn't be able to see the shoulders. So,
Yes. As far as the referee's concerned, it's a clean pin, but
right.
we kind of know it's not all that. But but still, I don't think we said why are we even talking about this when talking about this match. I think it was for Gunter versus Riddle. But for this one, I feel like I don't think we necessarily like we both were all in, but
Mm.
like
No, it wasn't
there was
why
still
are
a
we even talking about
chance.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Hmm.
Because you got to think the Usos should be able to beat Roman Reigns in a tag team with Roman and Solo.
Right.
They don't have the same chemistry. It's just not how that works. Roman Reigns says he's not a tag team.
Hmm.
He's a singles wrestler. So even though he's been tag team champions before.
So Jay was able to get the upper hand on Roman because Solo had gone through the announce table. He tried to splash Jimmy, but Jimmy got out of the way. Jimmy did not. He was not as lucky on SmackDown.
No, he wound up in the hospital, I believe, or a local medical facility, as they like to call them. Is that the
Cole
thing?
actually said hospital.
So that's
But
how you
yes,
know it's serious, though. If it's hospital, they don't just say
right.
medical facility, right? Like
Hmm.
that's crazy, dude.
Yup.
We hope Jimmy does well, but Jay, he's ready for vengeance here. It's going to be an interesting few weeks with TV. I wonder if we'll get some Sami Zayn, Jey Uso interactions during this tumultuous time.
I'd be very interested to see how that goes.
Yeah.
I feel like they're keeping them separate now, obviously because the draft, but for the reason of you know let's not use all our cards all at once.
Yeah. This was a match that happened. Cody Rhodes versus who the man who now is being referred to as Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom. Is he Dirty Dom now? Is he
Dirty
Dirty Dom
Dom,
Mysterio or just Dirty Dom?
Dirty Dom.
I don't like it.
It's
It's
not
not.
like his name now, but
It's too much of a ripoff off of Filthy Tom. Once again, I feel like that someone has been watching the Basement Bookers podcast in Connecticut, and I'm talking about the merchandising machine. Yes, that, and it's unfortunate because I am cursed. The only revenue that I can generate is basement dollars, which I am sitting on a mountain of, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a one-time offer to you right now, watching wherever you are. When you put a like on whatever, that is worth 100 basement dollars. Remember, 100 basement dollars are always 100 basement dollars. There's no inflation. It's always worth it. It's non-money, not refundable, not fungible. It's nothing. It's not real, but it's inside of you. And you will get that as soon as you hit that like button. So remember, you do what you want with it. It's free. Enjoy it. So anyway, back to this match here. The right man won. We didn't get Brock Lesnar at Money in the Bank. We got Brock Lesnar on Monday
hmm
when it appeared that Cody Rhodes was going to challenge the Clown Man to a championship match.
well, first he was about to say, "What do you want to talk about?" But
But
that got interrupted.
Seth was mad because he
hmm
took his glasses off. So we almost probably would have had a Seth Rollins heel turn, but then Brock came out, right?
Yep.
And Brock came out after Cody, and Cody hit a Cody cutter on Brock Lesnar and got one over on Brock Lesnar. You would expect Brock Lesnar to destroy him, but I think that's what's going to happen next Monday, probably, or the Monday before their match at SummerSlam, which is all but guaranteed.
Right. Well, leading into their previous match, Brock was getting the upper hand at every turn. But now the series is tied 1-1. No more cast or whatever that was on his arm. Let's see.
All right, so in this match, I took an L. I played wrong. LA Knight was not Mr. Money in the Bank, but that does not mean that it is the end. It is merely, I guess we'll see what's going on. I mean, we didn't even see him on SmackDown this week
Nope.
or Raw. He's a SmackDown guy anyway. So, maybe he's cooling off right now. But Damian Priest is Mr. Money in the Bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I not gonna lie, for a second there, I thought Maxine was in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but it wasn't. It was Butch. It was just, I guess, the colors and the long hair.
You know, you are not the only person that saw that also. I didn't. But after someone
Okay,
mentioned it, I was like, okay, I could see that.
thank God. I was like, am I okay? You
You
know?
are. You are.
So I don't think it was really there with Escobar in his raccoon costume. I guess he was supposed to be the raccoon from the Pocahontas movie. It's the only famous one I know. Or maybe Rocket. Maybe he saw Guardians of the Galaxy recently. He thought, you know what? He's a good guy. He's got a good arc. He's also, a complex character. I'm a complex character, but not complex enough to pick up the briefcase.
Right.
What'd you make of Logan Paul and Ricochet's little fun time there.
I feel like, so first of all, crazy spot. But you got two tables set up like that. Someone's going through them in this type of match, and typically it's a flippy floppy guy like Ricochet. I think they didn't quite get as much rotation as they wanted, and so like it looked like Ricochet kind of landed on the tables head first, and Logan Paul looked like he got cut on his right shoulder. No serious injuries, thankfully. They're actually going to have a face-to-face this coming Monday on Raw, which I'm tuning in for.
It's not going to be easy, but they're going to have a match at SummerSlam. And I
Cool.
think Logan Paul is going to beat Ricochet at SummerSlam.
Think he'll cheat?
He has to. I don't think you have Ricochet lose clean to Logan Paul. Like, because he could take the L, but it shouldn't be, all that fair. And he's a heel anyway. Like, he could do it. Like, it's not like it's like, what? That doesn't make sense. Why would he do that? Yeah, he would do that.
True.
Why
He also
wouldn't
does
he?
have the bionic fist.
Yeah, or maybe he'll just hit him in the head with a prime energy drink,
There you go.
when the ref's not looking.
He keeps them in
Maybe
his pockets in his pants.
no, he's gonna keep him in his junk, and he's just gonna just pull out a prime energy drink and just clobber him with it.
Seems uncomfortable, but if he can, go for it.
Look, if you could get away with it, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's my cup.
Yeah, no, you want to see? No, okay. All right, but what we do want to see is so Rich there is.
Mm.
You know what time it is. It's time for the
It's
ring general.
Gunta.
That's right. Your hero and mine. One of the longest reigningest intercontinental championships of all time reigns of his. It's a real all time run this guy's been on since he's come up here, since he's been on the come up.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of champions having belts for a long time. It doesn't bother me. It adds prestige to the championship, and when the belt come off the guy, the people they're gonna explode. They're just gonna lose their shit.
Yeah, and
But
it
it
means
was
more.
not going to be here. Yes, yes, yes. It means so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Torres, what'd you make of it?
First of all, just a reminder to our listeners and viewers that this was the why are we even talking about this? Match prediction, of course, we both predicted Gunta. And Gunta came out on top. Still the Intercontinental Champion.
I would love for Riddle to start winning. So hopefully that happens soon. Uh I hope we get Randy back. I hope we get Randy versus Gunter, but it looks like we're going to get Gunter versus the returning Scottish psychopath, not feeling very elite. Oh, he's still a Scottish warrior, technically, if we want to go with this stupid video game logic. Everybody with their alternate skins. He's over
Mm-hmm.
here in Scottish warrior mode still. No sword, so he's serious, but not really. He's going to go drink pints with Riddle, so we'll just wait on that, see where he's at as a
Mm-hmm.
character. Feel like I don't know. I think he gets too everymanish. I feel like he was better with like a more mystique, when he was the Scottish psychopath. I feel like it was less. You knew less about him. You didn't know what was going on in there. He was just bloody angry, and like when he said things, it was like straight rage to the point. Glasgow kiss. We're done here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're eating claymores. I want that guy back. Where it looks like his hair is dripping with oil. It's so black and evil. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, literally everything he did in his WWE career since his return up until storytelling Drew.
yeah,
That's what we want.
yeah. But hopefully we get that. But glad to have him back. And who knows? Maybe it'll be him who will be the Intercontinental Champion after SummerSlam.
Maybe.
That's not going to be a why are we even talking about this?
No. But I do think that this Riddle spiral that's happening right now is what's going to lead to Randy's return.
I feel like if Booker T or on an episode of the Basement Bookers podcast, he would say that this match might have contained. We all know what happened to the tribal chief at the main event. Up until that happened, this was the shucky ducky quack quack of the night. Okay? Because mid match, with the women's tag team championships sure to be retained, Shayna Baszler attacks her own partner and friend, Ronda Rousey, who some people refer to as Lousy Ronda Rousey. But that's not me. I'm not that guy. I like Ronda Rousey. And if anybody thinks that I would say something like that, I didn't do shit. So, you know, let's leave that. Rich, would you agree?
I'll put it
I
to you this
felt
way.
like it was coming, but not like this soon. But then it's like, who else is there?
Yeah, so for me, if anything, that was the most surprising and actually the only true surprise of the evening for me. The fact that it happened in the middle of a title defense match, um, I feel like it could have been explained that, um, where is it in my notes here? When Shayna has Liv in an armbar, Ronda knocked Raquel off the apron and locked in an ankle lock on Liv Morgan. Raquel broke it up, but I feel like Shayna could have felt like, had Liv tapped to, you know, to her armbar, they would have retained. But with Ronda's interference, if Liv taps, maybe the ref doesn't count it, and Shayna was concerned about that. I feel like that should have played into the story of why Shayna attacked Ronda, because the explanation we got doesn't tell me why she had to do it in the middle of a match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like the explanation did better than the finish
Mm-hmm.
because what she was saying was kind of true.
Mm-hmm.
Because like she didn't have to pay her dues. Like she went straight to tag team with Kurt against Triple H and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Ronda did, because of her name.
Yeah.
So, and
100%. The
Shayna's right
explanation.
about that. I've seen her put together things in like as a background character in documentaries and stuff when they talk about that stuff. I've seen it. It's
Mm,
real. So,
cool. So yeah, the explanation was really good. It's definitely legit, believable that there would be some animosity or bitterness there due to all of that. Ronda just waltzing in, Shayna actually fighting on the indies, but mid match is weird.
I miss
I,
wearing sunglasses, by the way. My eyes hurt from the light, so I have to like put my hat down. I'm sorry.
no, it's all good. Do what you
Yeah.
gotta do.
All right, I'm good.
I feel like that we need we should get an explanation for why she decided to turn on her in the middle of the match. Unless part of it is due to the fact that Liv and Raquel were never supposed to drop the tag titles in the first place.
Maybe. But at least they're just getting it out of the way, I guess. Let's not drag this out. We all knew this was going to happen. Apparently, they're saying Rousey has like a hard out, like she might not be there for that long. Maybe at SummerSlam they fight.
Mm.
Maybe because it makes sense because SummerSlam's like the WrestleMania of the summer or whatever.
Ooh, loser leaves WWE.
Sure, could do that,
I
and then
mean,
she can always come back later.
yeah, but at least if they do it that way, and Ronda loses, because Ronda's going to lose on her way out if she's going away, right?
Well,
Fingers
yeah,
crossed.
but
At
that's
least
her
that
thing,
way,
though. Yeah,
I would say, at least that way, it doesn't look like she's quitting again. Storyline,
yeah.
like she did in UFC.
Hmm. Yeah, go for it. Do it that way. Loser leaves town. We
Hmm.
just had a loser leave town on NXT.
We did. The belief is that they're getting the call up.
Well, they're gonna have to join the Alpha Academy then.
I can
Because
see it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They're not fun, those guys. I don't know they can do fun. But Otis and Maxine and Chad Gable are funny.
Yeah, I feel like Alpha Academy's current iteration might be able to bring the fun out of the Creeds. Or the Creeds could be the two straight men of the crew.
Yeah, allegedly. All right, so we have ourselves a banger here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some mistakes may have been made. Some unfortunate uh, miscommunications, if you will, misinterpretations of events that just so happen to be occurrences here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what we have here was, as you all know, a great match here. It was going in Finn Balor's favor.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, Damian Priest comes out, and he's got the briefcase, and that distracts Finn Balor because he thinks that Damian Priest is there for him.
Mm-hmm.
But first thought is, you must not think very highly of your friend here, because that's not smart. Because he'd wait until you've won and you're celebrating, and you're not expecting him to come out and crush you. Maybe he's coming out to celebrate with you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. But like here, you're just, he was there. Any sane person that wasn't paranoid or had these delusions would just be like, okay, fine, he's there to make Seth Rollins nervous. He's not there to mess with me. He's here to mess with this guy. He's my friend. We're in a group together.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is that?
My boy's got my back.
Yeah, and there's two championships, okay? There's two big championships you can go after, right?
Yep.
So if Finn Balor wins this one, he's that champion, and their
Mm-hmm.
group is stronger. Maybe because he's the champion, they can bring in more numbers. And if they have more numbers, they can deal with Roman Reigns, who right now is embroiled in dealing with rebels and trying to crush these rebels that are just bringing turmoil to the island.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, part of me is like, let it burn, let it sink, because I haven't been there in forever. You know, but look, I'm concerned for you. Okay, I'm not bitter. I'm just saying, if you look back there, like, who's really bitter? You know what I'm saying? Like that, right there, that shows that I'm the chosen champion. Okay, without a doubt. So really, I think it was a poor move on Finn Balor's part, and I think also maybe Damian Priest also, he could have waited. He didn't have to come out like that. So really, I don't know. What's your thoughts on all of that there?
So I feel like if he was out there to help Finn, not for any other reason, he didn't need to bring the briefcase with him.
It's a
Unless
weapon.
it is a weapon. Its presence could also get in Seth's head, but obviously it got under Finn's skin and in his head more than it did Seth.
He needs to stop being so thin-skinned. He's got to toughen up.
Right. Right. Finn skin. Make him like scaly. He should be scaly.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go that far, but yeah, sure, okay.
um it was interesting. I like that. I like the storytelling that they're doing. It's obviously still early in this story,
Yeah.
but if the bloodline storyline is any indication, like, this could be really, really interesting going even beyond SummerSlam into Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, man. It's such a long way away. How long until they bring Finn Balor at home into Judgment Day, you think? You think they're gonna get McDonough in there?
I think
JD McDonough?
I think Survivor Series is the earliest. Sorry, SummerSlam is the earliest it happens.
All right, cool.
We
That
haven't even
is
seen him in a few weeks.
last time we saw that they were speaking to each other. So this next contest is scheduled for one fall, and is for the Money in the Bank women's Money in the Bank contract or whatever you want to use it for. So really, they could. Can a woman cash in on Seth Rollins?
I haven't heard any terms to contrast that.
Very interesting. It would have been interesting if Becky won, but she did not win.
Right.
This match was a point for me. I
It
got
was.
this one correct. I feel like one of the best finishes to a women's Money in the Bank ladder match in recent memory. Although, I mean, technically they could have both just like used their body weight to bring down the ladder, but all they would have done is just stop Io Sky from winning, and they're still stuck with that ladder. So
Right.
it's a good finish anyway.
They would have had to have worked together for that, and the story is they hate each other so much that it's just in their nature to not. And I'm going to
Yeah.
be honest, first of all, the way you won that, the way Io Sky won that for you, beautiful.
That
Fantastic. I love it.
that was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my god, this is the best ever."
But this is definitely the single most memorable money in the women's Money in the Bank finish since Carmella.
Speaking of since Carmella,
Hmm.
do you know that Io Sky is now the second longest Money in the Bank women's holder in
Yeah,
history? She's making
because
history.
Carmella was the only one to not cash it in the same night.
Exactly, and she's on an all-time run here. She might
And,
even overtake her.
but Carmella won it twice.
Yes, she did win it twice, but it was like one. It was like a night apart or something. Like it was on a SmackDown after or something.
Yeah, a night apart or a week apart, less than a week,
Yeah,
whichever it was.
yeah. Because if it
Yeah,
was
she was
on
the
a
only one.
Sunday,
She was Carmella is the only person to win the Money in the Bank briefcase twice within the same week.
yeah. Look, we all know some things happen there. But really, I chose against Becky and she lost, and that's not my fault. It's her fault because I'm yelling at the TV. I'm like, she's got the open cuff. I'm like, just cuff it on yourself, on with the same one you have. Like you have an extra bracelet, you
Hmm.
have like a weapon you can use. Nobody can cuff you to anything. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, what are you doing? But it's like, oh, it was for this, and it's like, you know, I'm fine with the finish, but really, that you should have really like, if you're thinking with your noggin, you're putting that
Hmm.
on yourself, so it can't, because that would like destroy your chances of winning, which it did,
Yep.
which it did. So you learn something.
Gotta watch out. She might come for you when she hears you say that, though.
But Trish Stratus got some damage. Rich Perez.
She did.
She was back in the face guard.
Did
It's like old
you
times.
did you get a good look on Raw? Like it looked like there was some serious bruising on the bridge of her nose over here. It looked purple.
Yeah, yeah, it was not good, but she still did the match. So
Hmm.
Lita couldn't do that. Like, I mean, she could, but she probably shouldn't.
Oh, I mean,
Look at
we
that
got to
bone
be careful with
structure,
Lita.
man. Look at that
Yeah.
bone structure. Jesus
Hmm.
Christ. It's like so defined.
Hmm.
All right.
Canada's greatest export.
Dude, seriously, she's the best ever. Well, that was Money in the Bank, Rich there is. And you know what you brought up to me recently, just now, actually, is John Cena came out. And he was basically, doing what you love. and encouraging the fans to continue to be marks for themselves. And you were texting me how like you respect that so much. Isn't that right? Is that
No,
right, Richard? No.
nope. So I'm all for a vocal crowd, vocal fan base. Speak your piece, cheer who you want to cheer, boo who you want to boo.
Let's go.
But the singing. All right,
Mm.
you sing along with Seth's music. All right, you sing along with uh whoever else's music, Jericho, whatever, but don't just randomly sing a song in the middle of a match. At that point you're just trying to get yourselves over. Stop. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm not there to listen to your music, bro. I just wanna, just focus up, Just,
Yeah.
but
Bailey's
Cena
not going to
came
be your
out, yeah.
girl. Bailey's
No,
not going to be your girl.
no, no. So I thought to myself, wow, Cena's out here. He's trying to get London WrestleMania, which that might be like after WrestleMania 40, they might do over there or something.
Mhm.
They're pushing for it, but Cena's still got it. Like that place exploded. Um, and Grayson Waller comes out.
Mhm.
And I think Grayson Waller benefited more from that than Austin Theory benefited from a match with John Cena at WrestleMania.
I think you might have mentioned that last week that Theory hasn't been doing well since Mania, but
No, not that he wasn't doing well. He's not doing anything really, like of
that's
note.
that's on the creative team, man.
All right, but it doesn't change what's happening. Like if you're that good, then the creative team will find something for you. I think that's true. I think that's a bullshit excuse. There's no they there's no creative doesn't have anything for John Cena. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because he's that good. Like when you're that good, there's no creative had no. That's just an excuse. Okay, and coming from a creative who just has excuses, I know what I'm talking about. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's just slow down with that. Let's just put a little on that one right there. Okay, but he wrestled Sheamus. That was cool, right?
Yep. Mhm.
All right.
Given the fact of we haven't really seen Theory doing much lately, I kind of thought they'd give it to Sheamus tonight.
Yeah, but Gunter manages to remain in the picture. He's always got something going on.
Mhm.
The United States Championship wasn't defended at Money in the Bank.
Nope.
The Intercontinental Championship was.
That's right.
So whatever. Sometimes you don't benefit. You beat a half John Cena, and I've commented on the Basement Bookers Pod thread. Yes, we are Basement Bookers Pod on Threads, this new fangled meta thing that make that announcement here towards the end when we do all the socials anyway. Let's not in the LinkedIn, Basement Bookers Pod, baby, Basement Bookers Pod. I mean, Linktree, not LinkedIn, but yeah, there's that too. So anyway, um, what was I saying on there? Oh yeah, that he beat a half John Cena, and it's the half John Cena that's still in the business, because he's half out, half in kind of thing. He's not all in because he doesn't have time for that. He's older. He's doing movies and stuff like that. He can't himself perform at the level he'd like to. He said that.
Mhm.
He said this. So I feel like beating that was like not really, you beat your John Cena too much, Vince. You beating your John Cena too much. You're not gonna get a lot out of him. It's just not. You got to be careful when you're beating your John Cena. Okay, you can't just keep beating your John Cena willy nilly. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take it easy, or you get chapped, John Cena. You feel me? And that's not good for anybody. So, you know, uh, I think now is the time we drop the check out the link tree below. Like I said, Basement Bookers Pod on Instagram.
And
If you enjoyed
Threads.
and Threads, if you enjoyed the podcast, thank you. If you didn't enjoy the podcast, we'll talk to Rich about it. We'll figure it out. We'll have a talk. He'll let me know what I did and vice versa. Not really. It's all love here. But yeah, you know what? Just for that, you know what? Even if you didn't like, you all get 20 Basement Bookers dollars. Okay, that's remember non-fundable, non-fungible, not real money, not anything. You can't buy anything with it. It's figurative. It's inside. So really, basement dollars. There we go. Right, the reserves right there. I don't even know how much that is. I'm just whatever. All right, what's that? Oh, that's me. I'm getting a message from my accountant. Right now we have handed out way too many basement dollars. So hold on to what you got. Hold on to your butts because Rich Derez is going to count me down, baby.
Like always, Basement Jared's got a party message for you.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Booker.